Welcome back to the Zach Nichols podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Zach Nichols.
And we have a celebrity guest producer today.
Who is that?
The new girl G.
New girl G.
She just bought a house.
The homeowner.
Yeah. She you know, we got to get her a blender and a vacuum.
Speak for yourself.
We got to get her homeowner things. Now she's got, you know.
Let her deal with all that. She's been so excited. She's growing up. So I'm going to let her deal with all that stuff. She's going to have more stuff to complain about, but it's okay. We can handle it.
Whatever, dude. I don't hear anything complaining. Anyways, I got handwritten notes because I'm OG. I wanted to take it back to the late 90s.
Yeah, when you used to write your girlfriend's notes.
You bet I did. And I would write Backstreet Boy lyrics in there. O-Town.
Yeah.
I want it all.
For sure.
Anyways, we got a laundry list.
We do have a laundry list to talk about.
Number one,
go ahead.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Round of applause for all the mothers out there. Big shout out to your mom, your wife, my mom, G's mom. G's going to be a mother one day. Shout out to everybody. Yeah. And all the mothers we've had on the show.
All the moms. Any mom.
All moms.
It was a great day. It was a fun day. Anyways, we have reached out still to JG
Oh,
he's been ghosting me for about a month now. He won't. I'm like, dude, come on the podcast. Let's mix it up. Let's have a good, sweet time talking about the past, going over old times, talking about this new Jay we're seeing.
So what's the story with that? Like,
I don't know, dude. He's ghosting me.
He's ghosting. You're just like,
yeah,
you're hitting him up on your DM because I hit him up on the show DMs and he obviously didn't see it, but like you're hitting up on your DM. So that's showing
I
up.
followed him, bro. I've been going on a follow thing lately.
Yeah, you've been following people.
Yeah. So anyways,
Jay, are you saying like what are you saying?
I want him to come on the podcast. I want to talk about, you know, his you know, the hiatus he took, what he's been up to. I, you know, wouldn't mind seeing how he's doing and talking about this, what he's doing right now. He's killing it.
I mean, I wouldn't say killing it, but he's surviving.
That's what he did last time, man.
I guess you're right. Well, Jay,
so he's ghosting me.
So what do you?
Nicole said he thought I hated him, but I don't hate him.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think he's scared of you?
No.
You don't think he's scared of you?
No, dude. He's a cop.
He's obviously scared of the conversation.
He's a cop.
He's a cop?
Maybe he just doesn't like me.
That would make sense.
If I was him, I wouldn't like me either.
Yeah,
but
that make a lot of sense.
Yeah, come on.
I love you and I don't like you.
Well, you know what? You know why?
Why? Because you keep beating me in golf after I taught you the game?
Yeah, I had a 300+ yard drive
yesterday. That's not fact. That is not cap. We taught you what cap is.
I forgot.
That's no cap.
That's no cap.
Yeah, that's no cap.
Is that like 100?
Yeah, it's like 100.
Except for it was 300.
It
was actually plus that.
Cart path king.
Still bogeyed.
You cart path king? Yeah, still bogeyed.
It was on a hill. Yeah. Hit a cart path. Bounced about 400 or 500 more yards.
Yeah.
Killed it. Anyways, the other laundry list.
What else?
You know, I heard there were some unsavory things that Wes said about us on his podcast. I don't watch it. I wouldn't. I don't need to watch Wes lay on his basement floor like a crusty ass Cheeto. You know, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see like where he, you know. Anyways, I don't appreciate it. I have a lot of respect for Wes. I love him to death. I think he might have just taken his role on House of Villains a little bit too far.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care. Like, here's the thing. Like, he hasn't seen our books, which are squeaky clean.
They are.
He doesn't know the charity that we've been involved. We've been involved in charity. Like, we've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes that we don't post about because I suck at social media. So I thought those comments were just like ignorant. I lost a little bit of respect for him in that aspect. I don't talk about anything he's doing, whether anyone thinks they're Ponzi schemes or not.
Whether they're savory or not.
Exactly. I just didn't like, but like more importantly, like him coming at you, it's like, dude, did you do some background checks? I just don't understand it. I didn't understand it coming from him. And I sent him a text about it. And the last text he sent was, maybe this could be our origin story for our rivalry. And I said, let's dance, bitch.
Come fucking see me. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, a couple weeks ago, Wes had Paulie on his show. I don't know if you call it a show.
The Iceman, Paul Wow?
Yeah, Paul Wow.
Paulie was on there?
Yeah, Paulie was on there. So
I just read the cliff notes you sent me.
Paulie was involved in this, and I'll give you guys just a little background, right? So Wes is kind of talking about some of these new people coming up in the Patreon game. He was critical of people like Fessy and people like Jemmy. But then, Paulie says, well, what about Zach, And then he was very quick to say, oh, well, the Zach's one is funny, is what he said. That was the first thing he said. And then he gave us some props and then knocked us down a peg. So I'll just give you a quick little rewind, right? So first, he admitted that being in person is better conversation, but right away he was very quick to say you don't lose a day of your life having to fly to Kansas City. He mentioned quality being better, blah blah blah. I just had two things that came to my mind.
Didn't he say you were a rich kid?
He did. He said I was a rich kid just doing this, like subsidizing it for fun, just to care about meeting the challengers and doing all that shit. So yeah, I had two opinions. Now
that's kind of mean.
I mean, look, that adds to my second.
Well, wait,
point.
Paulie knows you. What did he say? Did he have anything to say to defend you?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure you and Paulie talk on the phone.
I mean, you know what? I'm not.
Paulie didn't. Just like for the record,
I'm not. Yeah.
Paulie didn't defend you.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
He said that it was a great experience. He did mention me by name. He did start off by saying the other guy. He was like, "Oh, the other guy."
Ouch, dude.
Yeah, the other.
You're just
guy.
a side piece.
Yeah. Yeah, he called me the other guy.
Say my name. Say my name.
Exactly. Well, Paulie, he
Beyonce'd you,
whether he knows or not, I make fun of him all the time on the show, so I can take a joke. Good on me. But I mean, hey, I guess I'm the other guy. But he did say a couple things. He said it was a good experience, but he said Wes particularly said a couple things that really chapped my ass. All right, and I'm gonna tell you the first one. The first one he said was that he claims that you are pandering to our audience, essentially saying that whatever the fans think, you're gonna mimic and just kind of galvanize the troops in a way. What did you think about that? What do you think about that?
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I don't think he knows me very well. Then.
Yeah, he thinks you're pandering.
It's not. I've never been a panderer.
I would see. Here's the thing. From everything I've seen about Wes, he's always, for lack of a better term, sucking off the show and whatever the show does. So while we speak our opinions, which
I love the show, but I also think that you should be everyone, including. I think everyone in life needs to be held accountable. And if you have an opinion, you should be able to speak it.
I love this country. I don't agree with everything it does.
I agree with yeah, exactly. I just don't understand why. I mean, I'm very critical of things.
Yeah, I mean, just the idea that you don't have your original thoughts. Nothing pissed me off more than him saying that, which is because everyone that watches this show and listens to the show, they're never gonna buy that because it's very, very clear the work you put in to analyze and to think of it from the challenger's perspective. And I mean, let's be real. We go viral. You're in your fucking basement.
Dusty ass Cheeto.
What the fuck? That leads me to my second point.
We're looking at there like with his milk mustache, like just got done having his milk and cookies.
There's a rat living in there for sure. Two, he claims that our current business model is unsustainable and that it loses money, predicting our demise and or cancellation of the program.
Well,
now,
dude, it's just tacky to discuss finances.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to get into finances. Should
we release our taxes?
Yeah, we could. I mean, Trump will, we will. So even though we don't talk about personal finances, even though Wes has no problem speaking so matter of factly about how we're losing money. He has no problem saying that. I did have the two takeaways. So I've been watching this man for years speak on stuff as if they're an absolute certainty, right? And for the first time in my life, I'm involved in it. He's talking about something that he literally has zero knowledge of.
We should just I'm sure Bear is hurting for money. We should just call Bear and be like, listen, we'll give you this. We'll give you some money to show up at Wes's door in a box.
Yeah, stop it.
Just scare the shit out of him.
Yeah, dude.
Because nothing would frighten him more than what happened in that elimination round.
Yeah, there you go. And look, here's one thing.
Josh and Laurel can deliver it.
Listen, Wes. Listen, you might have been able to lie, beg, borrow, cheat, steal, and validate your narrative. You must be very, very good at it because, bullshitting seems to have served you very well, which leads to the next takeaway. To me, this was just a very, very desperate attempt to justify him charging his fans $25 for his Patreon. I mean, that's double what we charge for tier 2. I'm going to call it 50% quality. That's literally that 50% is just based on his expertise as the gameplay. But effort, he's fucking doing a fucking Zoom call in his t-shirt. He's not a fashion icon.
No, he's not, dude.
He's not rocking the jerseys every week. He's not bringing in the guests. I mean, very desperate.
Well, I think ultimately for me, it's just like, I thought you were my friend, you know? And aren't we supposed to be like, isn't this like the time where we're supposed to be like building each other up and being supportive of each other? And we can be critical of like moves you make on a reality television show, but I mean, as a friend, I thought that was just kind of like not something a friend would do. And like I said, I love Wes. I have a lot of respect for Wes, but that just didn't I wouldn't do that to a friend, someone I would consider a friend. In fact, I think I've been very supportive of Wes on this couch. Sometimes I call him a weasel, which obviously he is. He just literally proved me right by that. But yeah, no, sometimes people do shitty things, and sometimes there's just shitty people, and I'll let everyone else read between the lines there and figure it out for themselves.
There you go.
I love Wes. Nothing but support to him. He's got a beautiful daughter, beautiful family,
absolutely,
and a beautiful life. That being said, if he wants to be my rival, that's fine, but he's got to get in better shape.
Yeah, both on the show and in his show, right? I mean,
yeah, he looks fucking 6 months pregnant right now, so I don't understand like why he wants to be. Like, he better start, you know.
Well, look,
so that's why I think that was a joke. He doesn't want to be my rival.
He produces a TV show, right? But you have zero quality. You're apparently rich. You keep telling us you're rich. I don't know. You've been making TV for 20 years. I've been doing it for 1 year.
He's just you're supposed to be my friend.
Fucking out of here, man. All right, Wes.
Supposed to be my friend.
You got your 5 minutes, buddy.
When is Tony coming on? Have you reached out?
That's a great question.
I gotta get a hold of Tony. Jenna was talking to Alyssa the other day, so
oh yeah,
get a hold of Tony.
So that is
let him know
question.
Everything's set for the quail hunt.
Okay, yeah. The Clearys and the lodges. So we do have a lot of Q&As from the golf course that we haven't gotten to, and you did mention Tony. That was the biggest one. When is Tony coming on the show, man?
I gotta reach out.
That's a you thing.
Well,
that's not me.
You know what Chas might ask about the spoilers, dude? It's like we get this. Like,
we're for sure cutting this part.
I don't care. We get this. You know, you can not cut this, but so when we're on the show, they gave us this talk, and they're like, hey, you know, you have to be quiet about this. You can't talk about this. You're under this contract. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is the biggest gaslight session I've ever met in my life, because before I would even get my phone back, before I would even contact a single freaking person, I would always go to Twitter or I would always go to Reddit, and they would already know the whole outcome.
Yeah.
It wasn't us. It's never, the cast doesn't leak shit.
No, it's all production.
Exactly. Like, literally, I'm saying, like, they would, like, and I would say that to them, like, you guys are literally gaslighting us right now. So that's the thing is, like, if people are like, oh, you're spoiling. If you really want to know anything, go on to Twitter.
I'm
not going to give them the names. I'm not going to give the actual usernames, because I don't want to, like, you know, get involved in that. But, like, there's some people that are pretty spot on about everything, almost to the point where, like, they might be part of production. That's how much they know. It's insane.
It really
Anyways, Tony needs to come on the show, because I just would love to hang out with him.
He does need to come on the show. And
most handsome man in America would, you know.
Maybe. We got to talk about the live show, guys. Go get your tickets right now. San Diego, July 27th. Maybe we can convince him to come. Who knows? But we do need to have him on the show. I'm gonna rely on you for that. That's your boy. He's my boy too.
Yeah,
hey.
no, I'm gonna reach out.
All right, cool. So we're gonna get to these Q&A. So if you submitted a question, we're gonna get to that at the end of the show. Let's get into the episode.
Shall we?
We come back.
It's a lot of laundry.
We come back from the rope rumble where Steve beat Keefla and Nicole beat Jasmine. Here's my question. So we're halfway through, according to TJ. Is there anyone on the cast that you don't care for or you're surprisingly start to like? That concludes the free preview of the Zach Nichols podcast.
So go to Patreon and subscribe to see the rest of the shit that we talk.
Go do it now.